Yo, what's good? It's your boy David H, and I'm back with another one for Urban AI Academy. Man, today we're gonna be talking about this new Nike tool that they put out the other day. It's called Air Imagination Nike. So as you can see, these are different sneakers that people have been generating over the last few days. People have been going crazy coming up with some ill designs. What I personally will say is I'll say that this is Nike ID taken up to the next level. So before I get in depth with, showing you what this thing can do, showing you how to make different things, first thing I want to do is go over the terms and conditions. And you know why? Because that's the most important point, and that's going to keep you out of trouble. So one thing about this new Nike site, the first thing I notice is that you do not have ownership. So you do not own any of these designs that you make. So no matter how fly, no matter how dope they are, you do not own it. This is something that you are making, and you are giving them access to your designs after you create it. So you can share these designs on social media, anywhere, but you do not own the license. You cannot do anything with this. You cannot sell it. Essentially, that's what all of this is saying. So if you have access to a 3D printer, you know what I mean? You can print it out. You can make a tangible physical copy. I'm sure at some point in time, they're going to actually start printing these sneakers. But I just wanted you to know, this is it right here. The designs you create are owned by Nike. You cannot sell, distribute, or commercially use them. Now let's get back to it. So I've been messing with it for a few hours. I had some time to spend with it today. One thing that I'll tell you offhand is that for some reason it hasn't been saving my designs. So once you close out of a thread, you may not have access to it again. So for some reason, the shoes that I made haven't been coming up in the library. I don't want you to put a whole bunch of time into it and get your feelings hurt when you go back and the stuff is gone. So I've been messing around with a different few prompts. I'm in North Carolina, Charlotte to be exact. So a lot of my prompts, a lot of my shoes are gonna have like this little Carolina blue hue to it, turquoise, Hornets colors, Panther colors, just because UNC Chapel, just because that's what's around here. I just kind of got used to it. But one thing about this tool is that if you wear sneakers, it's going to be easy to make because you know what colorways you have in your head. Everything comes down to the shoe type and to the colorways. So whatever colorways you can envision is what you could bring out on here. These are a few joints that I messed with today. Some of these are just recreations. I just kind of put my little spin on it, or they call it a reimagine. You add a little air bubble onto it. One thing that I noticed is that it loves to put air bubble on shoes. Even if you take the air bubble off of the shoe, for some reason it comes with this big stocky air bubble on it. Right now there's a little basic animation to it. It allows you to rock the picture back and forth. You can't really do anything else with it, but that's kind of the basic animation right now. And with any large language model, any kind of art generator platform, what you'll notice is that version 1 is always cool, and as things get better, they start to make different versions of it that allow you to do more things. As I said, just making this stuff is cool right now. At some point in time, like I'm gonna want to print these out and actually have these on my feet. The materials that you can choose are, you got leather, suede, fleece, fly net, mesh, air, hemp. So those are the like different materials and fabrics that you can choose in order to make the shoe. And I just kind of got on a Nike boot craze for a little bit. I just kind of kept seeing what I could do with it. These are almost like Air Force Ones, but just kind of got like a little suede swag to it. I let my daughter mess around with it for a little bit. So even kids can make dope shoes. As I said, at some point in time, they're missing money or leaving money on the table if they're not going to let you, actually purchase these in real life. And you can share these things to the gallery as well, too. So if it's a design that you have, you can share it to the gallery. You click it here, and so now that first page that we went to, so those are going to be public now. So when people take a look at it, they'll be able to see it. And I'll create something in real time just to kind of give you an idea. And it moves very quickly as well too, and it also gives you a notification as well too. So I just shared these shoes publicly to the gallery. These Nikes I made here. So I just made these essentially. I think these is pretty tough right here. So I made these, and as I said, once you make it public, it's gonna put it in the gallery for everyone to see. And I hope it ain't lose the rest of my shoes, my designs. Let's see. Yeah, this thing been tripping, like, and that's what I was saying. If you have a thread open, for some reason it doesn't save the actual shoe, so that whole thread that I had is gone, and there's no way for me to get it back. So all them shoes that I just was messing with is gone. So I'm sure that that's going to be something that they fix in the future. You being able to get your designs back. Let me see if my whole thread is going to come back. All right, we good. Because it did not do this before. I don't know if I hit back too many times and it brought it up. But let's try a brand new pair of sneakers. Let's try let's say Air Force One with a air bubble. What colors are cool right now? Let's see. Let's do red, white, and blue, just to kind of keep it simple instead of doing the all black. And this is what I was talking about here. These are the materials. So once you put the information in, it's going to ask you what type of material do you want: mesh, suede, fly knit, leather, air, etc. All right, so since we're going with an Air Force One, let me do a fly knit. That actually might be cool. So we'll do a fly knit Air Force One. Red, white, and blue. And then you're going to see this. This is almost like your chat button to continue. All right. And then it's going to find greatness, search in the vault. I couldn't load this image. Try again. All right. That's the first time I've seen that. It might be because so many people on here. All right, let's see. Yeah, you can make some cool stuff, as I said. To me, this is the Nike ID website just turned up to a whole nother level. I had trouble finishing that design at this time. Okay. All right, let's create a basketball shoe with air bubble and camo. Yeah, if it does it again, that means that the website is down. All right, let's try leather on this one. Let's see, colorway, we're gonna do orange, blue, and white colorway. Let me stay on the screen. I think when you move, all right. Let's remove the air bubble. Remove the air bubble and make it a high top shoe. Make it a high top shoe. So as you can see, it's not perfect. It still has its glitches in it, but it's definitely worth sitting around when you have some time and just kind of messing with. Like, these are the colorways here. Let me try this colorway. See what comes up. Dusty cactus. And the best part of this is free. There's no $20 a month membership. There's no fees with it. As I said, you can just kind of sit down, mess around with it. If you got time, you can't lose anything. It's just, just having fun. And this is the website, so it's airimagination.nike.com. Yeah, and as I said, this is the AI part, because obviously this ain't a shoe right here. I don't know who foot is shaped like that. But when you get a chance, mess around with it. Tag me in your designs. I'm gonna see what you come up with. As I said, I love sneakers. I'm gonna sit around. I'm gonna mess with it. I'm gonna see what I can really come up with. See what I can really push this to. But as I said, it looks like it has almost like a prototype type of style that it's looking for. So like this is a, it doesn't even show the prompts as well too. So when I made these earlier, and I just kind of kept varying the color, and I tried to went back to find a prompt, and it wasn't going to show it to me. But like just taking one shoe and just flipping the color, saying turn it strawberry, turn it green, you know, turn it purple, turn it yellow, you know, so just having different variations of the same shoe. But I'll catch y'all on the next one. As I said, as soon as I know something, y'all know it. I'm gonna holler at you. Easy.